Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new then hi, welcome, it's so nice to meet you. Today I'm going to do a girly chit chat sort of video. I did a Q&A thing on Instagram, so people have sent me their dilemmas or questions or subjects that you want me to talk about. So I just thought it'd be a bit of fun, do a little girly video. I've got myself a big glass of gin. It's gin, lemonade and a little bit of that summer fruit squash. Oh, so good. So nice. So get yourself comfy, get yourself a drink, whether it's tea, coffee, if you're old enough, alcohol, gin, whiskey, whatever, wine, whatever drink you want to just chill out and relax, and let's get started. I've got all the questions on James's phone, so let's have a look. Obviously I'm no expert, I'm going to be giving some sort of advice, but it's just my own opinions. I'm not going to tell you what to do, I'm just giving my own personal opinions. There was a lot. So I might not be able to answer them all. I'll answer as many as I can. I want some more gin, hang on. Right. I actually had 2 people ask for advice on long distance relationships. I've never been in a long distance relationship myself, so I've not been in that situation myself, but I can only imagine how difficult it could be, but it doesn't have to be. You can do things to make it not so difficult, to make it a bit easier for yourselves. Obviously you're not there physically with that person, so I don't know if I could manage a long distance relationship, because I'm not a needy person. Am I needy? Maybe I'm needy. I'm a very touchy person, I don't know, I'm that sort of girl, I just like all the cuddles and I like the touchy-feely sort of, not in a rude way, but you know, all the cuddles and holding hands and stuff, and just the comfort of someone being there. I would say video call as much as you can, send each other cute messages throughout the day, just so you know, to make the other person know that you're thinking of them. So voice clips would be even cuter. If they could hear your voice, that would make them smile, and I think that'd be quite comforting for them. Maybe even a little video clip, record yourself just in the morning before you go to work or whatever. Just record a little video, even if it's just to say that I love you, have a good day at work, or miss you, whatever, just so they can see you, hear your voice, and just so they know you're thinking of them. Just something that, you know, makes them feel loved and appreciated, and that they know that you're on that they're on your mind, you know what I mean. Oh, you know what would be really cute? If you were to make yourself a dinner, so a nice dinner, get the table all nice, get a candle, a nice, I don't know, steak dinner or whatever dinner you want, and do a little video call date. I think that'd be really cute. That would be such a nice idea, and obviously the person's not physically there, but it's sort of, you know, set the mood. Obviously you're going to need a lot of trust for the other person, because you're not physically there with them, so you have to put a lot of trust in the relationship. If you've got the trust there, then I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. And I think if you're in a long distance relationship, it's going to make you appreciate your time together so much more. So you're going to really look forward to seeing that person, and you'll just appreciate every single minute with them. So although it's got the negatives, there are positives to it as well. I can only imagine how difficult it would be. If you really love that person and you've got the trust there, then you'll be absolutely fine. Just make sure you let each other know that you love them and care about them and you're thinking about them by doing what I said. Voice clips, little video messages, you know, cute text messages, whatever, just so they know that even when you're miles away, I don't even know what you would class as long distance. Is it 3-4 hours, or it could be longer? It depends on, you know, your situation, what you class as long distance, but you can make it work. If you love that person, you can make it work. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say on that matter, because like I say, I've not ever been in a long distance relationship. So next we have, I've been with my boyfriend for 2 years, almost 3, and I think I have feelings for someone else, and I'm not sure what I should do. Okay, hang on. Oh, that's so good. Okay, Personally, for me, there is no other answer or option. If you think you've got feelings for someone else, then I'm sorry, but you should end it. In my eyes, I think if you love that person and you're with the right person, then you won't have eyes for anyone else. You wouldn't be looking for anyone else, or no one else will be able to come into your life because you've only got eyes for your partner. I'm not saying that you don't love them or didn't love them. Obviously something's gone wrong somewhere for you to have these feelings for someone else. Do you know what I mean? Try and think like if it was the other way round. So if it was your partner that had feelings or thought they had feelings for another girl, another guy, whatever, and they didn't tell you about it, they hid it from you, and how would that make you feel? That would make you feel like rubbish, wouldn't it? I know if it was me, I would feel heartbroken and I would be so angry that they've kept this from me. I would think that they're living a lie. So if, let's say James had feelings for someone else and hadn't told me, and then I found out, I would think that he's just lying to me and everything's been a lie, or make you doubt everything. You need to be 100% into a relationship, and you need to be honest to yourself, honest to him or her. You just need to be 100% honest. If you think you've got feelings for someone else, then you need to sit down and have an honest chat, an honest conversation with your partner. It's not going to be an easy one. It's not going to be a nice, easy conversation, but it's something that you need to do because it's not fair on him, her, who you. It's not fair on anyone. It's not fair to be, I suppose, leading someone on, because if you think you've got feelings for someone else, you're not in the right relationship. I always think if you fall in love or think you're falling in love or got feelings for a second person, choose that second person, because if the first person was the right one and you loved them, then that second person wouldn't be there. Do you understand what I mean? Does that make sense? Obviously, I'm not telling you what to do, it's your own choice, but personally, that's just what I think. Oh, before we carry on, I forgot to mention, to match my gin, I thought it was only appropriate that I wore this top that says gin and bear it. Can you see? But yeah, to match my gin, I'm wearing the matching top. Okay, so a lot of people said, can you talk about body confidence? I don't feel like I'm a very good person to talk about this because I don't have much confidence myself. However, I will try. I've never been confident with my body. I think the only time I've been confident is when I lost all my weight and I got down to my target weight. I got down to 9 stone 4. I'm now about 11 stone 12 pounds, or around that sort of area, just under 12 pounds. Just under 12 stone basically. So obviously there's like 3 stone difference between what I was back then and what I am now. Looking back, I was so skinny. Like back then I still wanted to lose more weight, but I didn't think that I was small enough. I was tiny. When I look back now, I was so small. I would do anything to look like that again. I mean, maybe one day I might do. It's my aim to get back to my target, but now I've gained the weight again, I'm back to not being confident. But I have to tell myself, look, this body it's grown 2 babies, given birth to 2 beautiful babies. I have grown life inside my stomach. So that's an achievement. That is a hell of an achievement. So I need to learn to love my body and thank my body for that. My body's not the same as it was like 2-3 years ago, and it probably never will be the same. So I've just got to learn to accept it, I suppose. And that's the hard thing, isn't it? It's hard to love yourself and appreciate what you've got. You always, for people that say they don't compare themselves to other people, well, I think you're lying, because everyone at some stage compares themselves to someone else. You shouldn't do it. I know you shouldn't, but it's just so easy to do, isn't it? To look at someone and just compare yourself to them. For me, I know I will feel so much more confident and happy when I've lost the weight again. Last time I was so focused on the number on the scale. Got to a point where I was weighing every day. I just wanted to see the number go down. I think now I'm going to try and not focus on the number so much. I will just lose weight until I feel happy in myself, and when I do feel happy, then I'll stop. I'm going to try my hardest. It's so easy. to get so caught up on the numbers, isn't it? And it's such a good feeling when you see the numbers go down, but it's not a healthy relationship to have with the scales. So I'm going to try my best to not focus on the number, just judge it on how I feel. I don't think anyone is really truly happy with themselves, are they? There's always going to be something that you don't like about yourself. I think even the people that seem so mega confident, they're going to have their issues. They're going to have things they don't like about themselves or their body. There's always going to be something. I have a lot of things that I don't like about myself, not just my weight, but I have quite a hairy body. I have a lot of hair on my arms, on my legs. I struggle with my upper lip hair. I actually got bullied really bad at school every single day because I had upper lip hair, and I remember I used to actually sit in class and sit like this, like trying to hide it, just covering my face because I was so conscious of it, and obviously everyone bullied me about it, so I just wanted to hide it. I remember one day my mum came home from work and I was in tears because I just shaved it off. Backs of my legs are really hairy, like the top part of my leg, the back of that is really hairy. I'm just a very hairy person, and even affects me now to this day. Like if James is looking at me and he's looking in this sort of area, he always says he's looking at my lips, but if he's looking in that area, my mind just thinks he's looking at my hair. My mind thinks my lips hairy. Like if I know that I've got a little bit of like hair growing back and I know it's there and he's looking in that area, I get so conscious. The amount of times I told him to just stop looking at me because I'm just so conscious of the hair there. Had laser hair removal for it. I've tried waxing. I've had a no-no before. That was actually really good, the no-no, but it broke. Laser hair removal is very expensive, and I think the no-no is quite expensive as well, which is probably why I've never bought another one. But I always have to remove the hair somehow. At the minute, I use hair removal cream, but yeah, it's just an ongoing battle because, I don't know, I say to James, I'm meant to be a man because I'm just... You think girls, when you think of a girl, you don't think that girls are going to be hairy, do you? You think of a man being hairy, but us girls are the same. We're just, it's natural, isn't it? It's natural to have hair, but it doesn't make you feel that good, does it really? I don't know, I feel like confidence is something that every girl is going to struggle with. Maybe we need to stand in front of a mirror and just say out loud that we love ourselves, we love our body, we appreciate ourselves, that we're good enough. I mean, it might make you cringe, it might make us feel a bit silly, but maybe saying it out loud will make us believe it. I don't know. We just need to be kind to ourselves, don't we? And do things which make you feel good. Do things that make you feel confident, whether it's putting on fake tan is a good one for me. I haven't got the time anymore with 2 kids to be faffing about with putting the fake tan on and having to scrub it all. I just haven't got the time for that. But if you do have the time and it makes you feel good, put some fake tan on. I always feel so much better when I'm tanned rather than pale. Or I've had hair extensions before to make myself feel better. I've had eyelash extensions. Whatever it is that makes you feel better about yourself. You shouldn't need any of these things, and we don't need any of these things to look any better because you're beautiful as you are. But if it makes you feel better about yourself, or if it's going to the gym, if going to the gym makes you feel good about yourself and eating healthy and whatever it is, we need to be kind to our body and to ourselves. And the more you're negative about yourself and your body, the more you're going to believe it and the more down you're going to feel. We need to put it out there that we love ourselves, that we love our body, we appreciate everything about ourselves. We just need to be kind, don't we? But yeah, that's all I can say because I don't have the confidence myself. So who am I to talk about how to feel confident when I haven't got a clue myself? But we can figure it out together, girls. We can do it. Okay. Does your partner pay you enough attention in a long-term relationship? If not, what can you do to spice it up? It's so easy, isn't it, to get into a routine of, having dinner, doing the dishes, and then sitting down and just getting on your phone and just scrolling through Facebook or scrolling through Instagram and just ignoring your partner while you just catch up on your social media. Like for us, sometimes it can be 8, half 8, or sometimes even later before we actually get to sit down. By the time we've got the kids to bed, we've had dinner ourselves, we've done all the tidying up, it can be quite late before we sit down, and then we're both knackered. Like, James has been at work all day, I've been looking after the kids all day. We are both tired, so we just sit down and we're like, oh, and then you grab your phone and you start scrolling through Facebook, or you reply to your messages, your friends or your family. Like, I suppose you can kind of neglect the other person, but without meaning to. You don't mean to, but it's just so easy to do that. Me and James, we do make sure that we make time for each other, whether it's one night we'll get all cuddled up on the sofa, get a blanket and some pillows and just have like a film on Netflix, just have a little chill night. Or a few weeks ago we played Monopoly, get a board game out. We do like to make sure that we do get some quality time together. It's normally only when the kids are sleeping. But if you feel that you've lost that spark with your partner, if you feel like you're not as close as you used to be, I think you can get that back. You can get that spark back. I think it's really important to touch. I said earlier how I'm very much of a touchy-feely person. Hold hands, cuddle each other. I feel it's very important. The human touch has like it's very powerful, isn't it? The human touch. So like if you're sitting on the sofa one night, if you've got a film on, you're watching telly, place your hand on the other person's leg. Jane's actually done this the other night, and even still, after like 5 years or however long it's been, even just him putting his hand on the top of my leg, it gave me butterflies. Even to this day, after all these years, he can still give me butterflies. A human touch is a very powerful thing, so kiss each other lots, hold each other's hand. Just because you're not in that honeymoon phase anymore, well, why can't you be? Why can't you be? Because you've been together years doesn't mean that it has to get boring. It doesn't have to be boring. Something cute to do is write each other little notes. So get like a little sticky notepad and just write a little note, put it in his lunchbox or put it by his keys that you know he's going to grab in the morning before he goes to work. Just like a little note, even if it just says, I love you, have a good day, or for his lunchbox, like, I miss you, can't wait to see you, hurry home, or any little cute little message. It will make them smile and know that you're thinking about them. James has actually got a folder. Back in the days where I had time to do this, I used to write him like little love letters, I suppose. I used to write him like 2 pages of just my feelings. He's kept them, bless him. He's got them in a folder. Hang on, I got a bit of a tickle. Any excuse, I had to have some more gin. Oh, that's better. But yeah, he's got them in a folder. I just used to sit, and I'm not much of a person to talk about my feelings face to face. So if I want to talk about something, I'll write it down in a letter. So I would write like a 2-page letter, and I would fold it up and I would put it on his pillow or on the bed. So when he come home from work that night and he goes upstairs to get changed, he'll see this letter and he'll read it. And I can still remember him coming down the stairs and like giving me a hug and a kiss. And I know that he appreciated that, and I loved writing it. I love to talk. I don't love to talk about my feelings, but I love to express my feelings in letters and things like that. But just doing something like that will let the other person know that you appreciate them. And I think by actually writing it down, like physically writing it, I mean, the letters, I didn't physically write that. I wrote it on a laptop and printed it off. I mean, sometimes I used to write them, but it makes your hand hurt, doesn't it? But if it's going to be something small, I would say physically handwrite it, because it shows it's more effort, and it's so easy just to write a quick little text, isn't it? But by actually physically writing it, pen and paper, I just think it has so much more meaning to it. So if you're ever like in the mood with each other, if you're ever going through like a little bit of a, I don't know, you're happy with each other, you can go and you can sit and read through these little notes. If you keep them, sit and read through them when you're in a huff with each other, and then, I don't know, it just sort of will bring you back to earth. It'll get you out of your mood. You might even forget why you're in the mood of them in the first place, and it'll brighten your spirits and it will just make you feel better. So yeah, I really, really recommend doing that. I love doing it and it makes me feel really good. James has actually only ever written me 1 love letter, and I've got it somewhere. I think it's in a drawer upstairs somewhere, but it meant so much to me. I've written him quite a few, but he's not very good with his words and stuff. So for him to actually sit and write that, it is so special to me. So I really recommend doing that for your partner, because it will mean the world to them, I am sure. Another thing I would say is make sure you get a date night. Even if you've got kids, make sure maybe once a month, once every couple months, however often you want to do it, make sure you have some quality time, whether it's to go to the cinema, have a meal, just to spend time one-on-one with each other, because especially when you've got kids, you don't get much time to have time to yourself. We make time when the kids are asleep, but it can be tricky, it can be difficult, because obviously you've got other stuff to get done. You've got the house to clean, you've got chores to do, you've always got something that needs doing. So definitely make sure that you get the date nights in. I mean, obviously we're in lockdown right now, but even like me and James, we keep talking about one night he will cook me a 3-course meal, and another night I'll cook him a 3-course meal. We're going to get dressed up as if we're going out, so I'll get my makeup on, I'll get like a nice dress on, and we'll have a date night at home. Just something nice, and I don't know if spontaneous is the right word, but just something different. And a time where you can give each other your full attention. Or even if it's just having a night where you turn your phone off, you put your phone down, and you just give each other that one-to-one attention with no distractions. Unless you've got kids and they wake up or something, but you know what I mean. Another thing you could do, if you feel brave enough and confident enough, buy yourself a sexy little nightie. Don't tell him to buy it and then surprise him one night. I'm sure he'll love that. And then it's important to make sure to give yourself that one-to-one special you time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's important to keep the spark alive. So maybe get yourself a nice little nightie or a little treat for him. Okay, next. Do girls feel like they have to choose between having a career and being a mum? So I know a lot of stay-at-home mums, and I know a lot of mums that go to work. I personally would love to be a stay-at-home mum. Not because I feel like you have to be. I feel like times have changed since it was like the man went out to work and the woman had to stay home, look after the kids, keep the house tidy and have a nice meal ready for when the man came home. I don't feel like it's like that anymore. But personally, I would love to stay at home just so I have that time with the kids, even on the days where they are a complete nightmare and I'm losing my mind. I would much rather have them days than to be at work, because I don't want to miss a single moment of them growing up. Obviously, this is our situation. We can't afford for me to be a stay-at-home mum at the minute, maybe one day in the future, but at the minute I'm going to have to go back to work. And as soon as this whole lockdown and coronavirus is over, I will be back at work. At the minute I can't go back at work because of childcare issues, but as soon as this is all over, I'm back at work. But I would love not to be. I've been so lucky though to have 2 years of Nevaeh's life. I mean, I went back to work for, it must have been a few weeks. When Nevaeh was around a year old, I went back to work for a few weeks, and then I was on maternity leave with Leo. There's only 14 months between our 2 children. So I've been off basically 2 years for Nevaeh's life and a year for Leo. Leo is a year, he's a year this month on the 15th of June, with the 1st of June today. I don't know how it's been a year. But anyway, I've been really lucky to have all this time off work, but I would absolutely love it if I could be one of them mums that do stay at home. Some mums want to go back to work, and that's okay. You might want to go back to work for a break away from your kids, or to have a hot cup of tea, a hot cup of coffee, like not having to drink a cold cuppa or to heat it up in the microwave, you know what I mean? Some mums might feel like they need to, get that out of my face. Some mums might feel like they need to go back to have that adult socialisation, that adult conversation. But no, I don't feel like mums should feel like they have to choose between it's either having kids or having a career. I think you can have both. Men and women are more equal now, and you shouldn't have to choose. You should not have to choose. Like, even now, the man can get time off work, can't they, to look after the kids. Like, everything's changed, and I don't feel that you should have to choose. You can figure out a way to have both. Okay, I am really struggling getting over a breakup. Have you got any advice? I would say do things that you love doing. Make sure you're surrounded by your friends and your family. It is so important to have that support and to accept that support. It is so easy to want to lock yourself away, hide yourself in your bedroom and just stay in bed for days and days, or for you feel like you want to do that for the rest of your life. I understand. I've had my heart broken a fair few times. There's two heartbreaks or two situations which I think will always stick with me. The first being when I broke up with my first boyfriend. So, the first heartbreak is always, it's devastating. It's the first time you go through it. It's like they were your first everything. They were your first love, your first everything, and your first heartbreak. And you feel like your whole world is just falling apart, and nothing can explain that sinking feeling that you get. You feel like your world has ended. When I broke up with my first boyfriend, my mum actually took the day off work just to spend with me, and she laid in my bed with me and just cuddled me, and I think she felt it too. It just feels like pure agony, doesn't it? I understand, I've been there. And the second one that just sticks with me and will always probably stick with me is actually the relationship I had before I met James. And I would say that it took me a very long time. There was a big gap between our relationship ending and then me having another relationship with James. I took a very long time to get over this person. For me, every relationship has been different, as in the fact it took a different amount of time to get over them. I think it depends on your relationship, how it was, how long you were together, whether it was like a sudden breakup, like you didn't expect it, or maybe things have been sort of fizzling out for a little while. And if that's the case, it's still going to hurt, it's still going to be really difficult. But if it has been going wrong for a little while beforehand, maybe it makes it a little bit easier. I don't know. It might be that it takes, 3 weeks, 3 months, a year. You came to a mutual agreement and just agreed that you'd be best to go your separate ways. Does that make it easier? I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I've always been there's always been some sort of drama with with my breakups. But if you were to both sit and think, you know what, this isn't working out, and you've known for a little while, I don't know. Each relationship is different. It depends on your situation. It might take 3 weeks to get over them, 3 months, it might take a year. It's going to be different for everyone. And I know everyone says, oh, time will heal, give it time. And that's the last thing you want to hear, because when someone tells you that, you think, I ain't ever going to get over this. Time, that doesn't help me now. I need something to help me now. I don't want to wait. But honestly, time is the biggest healer, and it does get better. You will get over this person. It's going to seem like your whole world has fallen apart right now and you don't know what to do. And you've not just lost your boyfriend or your girlfriend, you've lost your best friend. And I understand, I've been there, and it's going to hurt a lot. But you will get over this person. I promise you. It might take a little while, but you will get over this person. And I really do believe that everything happens for a reason. Personally, I think I had to go through all my heartbreaks, all my relationships, and I've learned a lot of lessons in these relationships. I've gone through a lot of hard times. Each relationship has taught me a different lesson, and I feel like I needed to go through all that to make me who I am today. And I think that I wouldn't have met James if I hadn't gone through all that. I wouldn't have met him. So it all happens for a reason. You were meant to go through this relationship, and for whatever reason it hasn't worked out. But it's just believe in the universe, that the universe has a plan for you. It sounds a bit crazy, but honestly, that is what I believe. One more thing I will say about that is let yourself cry. Let yourself get all the emotions out. Don't keep it bottled up, because that's the worst thing you can do, to keep all your emotions bottled up and try and stay strong. let it out. It's okay to be sad, it's okay to cry, and it's good for you to let out your emotions and just take a minute to be sad. That's when you need your friends and your family there, and accept their help, accept their support. Don't push them away. I know it can be really easy to just shut yourself away and just push everyone out. They're there to help. They love you and they want to help you, so let them, and don't keep it all bottled up. I don't think I'm going to be able to do many more because I've been talking for a very long time. That last video, I actually just stopped it and restarted it just to make it easier to transfer to my computer. But that was half an hour, and that's the second video. So I stopped the previous one as well. So I hate to think how long I've been talking for. So I don't think I can do many more. So let me just have a little scroll through, and I'll pick a couple more, and I can try and edit this down, edit my video. So it's not like an hour long. Or I'll do this one. I'm thinking of starting online dating, but worried what people may think. What are your thoughts on online dating? I think online dating can be a really good thing, especially for people that don't have a lot of confidence to sort of go out there and meet people, or for someone that doesn't actually go out a lot to meet anyone. Like, I know both of them apply to me. I'm not the sort of person to have the confidence to go out and try and meet people, or go out at all, really. I'm very much a home person. I love to spend time at home. So I remember thinking, how am I going to meet anyone? I don't go anywhere to meet anyone. I actually met James on Tinder. I remember the night I downloaded it, I was laying in bed, I thought, why not? Why not just do it? And I'm so glad I did. Like, obviously, online dating, you can get the weirdos, you can get catfishes. So you do have to be careful. I feel like it's just quite hard to meet someone out and about now. Like, are you really going to meet Mr. Right in Tesco's or Lidl's? Are you going to meet your dream man there? I mean, maybe, but I don't think it's very likely, especially at the minute. If you see your dream man over there, you've got to keep your distance. You've got to stay away. But no, honestly, like, I feel it's very hard to meet people out and about now. So I think it's a good thing. As I say, me and James met on there, and look at us now. We are 5 years later. We've got 2 kids, we've got a family, we've got a beautiful family home together. We've got it all, basically. We're so lucky. And if I hadn't have downloaded Tinder, I know our paths would not have crossed. I would not have met him, and I would not be where I am today. So I think if it's something you want to do, try not to worry about what other people think. And I think online dating is such a sort of normal thing to do now. Like, loads of people I know are on some sort of dating website. It's not out of the ordinary to do it now. So just go for it. If you feel like you want to, try it. What have you got to lose? Just be careful of like the catfishes and things like that. Just sort of trust your gut feeling, I suppose. It might be the best decision you ever make. You might meet your dream man, and you might meet your one true love. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to do one more, and I choose, what are the best... I can't speak. It's the gin. What are the best methods of hair removal? Now, I kind of touched on the subject earlier, but I'll just go through some of the ones that I've tried. Waxing worked really well for me. I used to get my eyebrows waxed, my legs waxed. And waxing it pulls your hair from your root, doesn't it? So eventually, over time, it grows back thinner, and after a long time, it just won't grow back at all. Like my mum's legs. She gets hardly any hair grow on her legs because she spent years and years waxing them. So now she's basically hairless, which I'm so jealous about. But yeah, that's down to waxing. So the more you wax, the thinner the hair will grow, and eventually it won't grow back at all. Obviously, shaving is one of the quicker options if you're in a hurry, but it grows back really quick. It grows back thick and like sort of stubbly. So it's not the best option out there. I've had a no-no before, which was really, really good. It takes a long time if you're going to try it on like large areas. So I used to try and use it on my arms, because I used to hate how hairy my arms are. It doesn't really bother me much anymore, to be fair. The only areas that do bother me is my lip and my legs. And also, I do get some hairs like in my nose, which I absolutely hate. I get the shaver to that because I don't know what else to do about that. I've actually tried like is it like an ear trimmer? I don't know what to do. If you've got any suggestions, if you're a girl or even a boy, and you've got some methods of getting rid of nose hair, like I feel like a girl shouldn't be worrying about nose hair, like they shouldn't have nose hair, but like I said earlier, it's natural. So if you've got any advice for me, please comment below, or if you've got me on Instagram, send me a message on there, like whatever, let me know, help me out. But yeah, no was really good for my upper lip hair. It was really quick and easy because obviously it's a small area, but it broke. I really do want to get a new one. That's on my list of things that I want to get, is a no, because that really was, it was so quick and easy and didn't go back that quickly actually. The results lasted for quite a while. So I really recommend a no. I've had laser hair removal, which is expensive. My mum, this was years ago, my mum actually paid for it, but it's too expensive to keep up for me. It's not painful. You think it would be painful. It makes you jump a little bit. You have to wear protective glasses and they put this gel on and then they laser it. It doesn't hurt, it makes you jump. The results last for quite a long while, but you do have to go back for regular treatments. But again, the same as waxing, the more you have it done, eventually it will stop growing. But if you can afford to keep that up, then brilliant, go for it. But it's expensive. But at the minute I use hair removal cream on my lip. It takes 10 minutes and then it's done. It does grow back quite quickly, but at the minute with 2 kids, I don't have much time to faff about trying to wax it, or if I had a no, then it would be like, boop, boop, done. But I haven't got one at the minute. I haven't got one. So I'm gonna have a Google actually. After I've recorded this video, I'm gonna Google how much they are now, because the prices may have changed. This was years ago. So I'm gonna have a Google. Oh, epilating your legs is also really, really good. It pulls the hair out from the root. It can take a little while, and it's best to do it after you've had a shower or preferably a bath. It hurts a lot less then, and I suppose your hairs are softer. Don't know, but yeah, that works really, really well. It can take a little while, and it's very painful, very, very painful. Another reason why you should have a bath, because it just helps the pain. But yeah, they say that results can last for weeks. For me personally, it doesn't. It might last a week, but that's another really good option. I've tried that down below before. Never again. Never again. But for your legs, if you've got the time, then that is brilliant. I will leave a link down below for an epilator similar to mine. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the video there. Let me just have another. Oh, that is so good. If you like pink gin, put a bit of squash in it. I use summer fruits. Oh, so good. But yeah, I'm going to end the video there because I know I've been talking for probably an hour or maybe even more. So I've got a lot of editing to do to shrink this video down. But thank you so much for all your questions or dilemmas. I really hope that you enjoyed and I hope it helped. And I'm sorry that I couldn't do all of them, but I've been talking for way too long. So if I have missed yours and you want me to answer it, please send me a message on Instagram. I will private message you and I'll try my best to give you some sort of advice. Obviously, I'm no professional. I'm just giving you my own opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you my opinion. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy or you found this video helpful in any way, please do give it a like because it really does help me out. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love, 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 love it if you were to do that now, if you want to stick around. Hopefully you do. And yeah, I'm going to end the video there. I'm going to finish my gin. What is the time? I don't even know. What's the time? 21:50. Am I the only one that has to like get their fingers to figure out like what time it is? So that's 9:50, 10 to 10. Oh, that's late for me. I go to bed between 10 and half 10. I'm wide awake. Oops. But yes, thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.